Hey everybody, welcome to the show. This week's show is a live show that was done at Wrestlecon in Orlando. We did back-to-back ones, so this week will be the Friday, next week's will be the Saturday. These are always some very weird and eclectic shows. There's always weird people that jump on the show, especially next week's, which if you're into that, you'll enjoy it. This week too. I was going to edit out some of the Konnan stuff because, I don't know, it just got weird. But then I decided, yeah, you should listen to it, but I did want to warn you. So enjoy the show, and thanks.
This is the Art of Wrestling with professional wrestler Colt Cabana.
It's Colt Cabana.
Hey, thank you. All right, how you guys doing? Come on in, sit down, relax. You're about to listen to the Art of Wrestling, a professional wrestling podcast. It's a life podcast. It's a personal journal. It's an entryway into the minds, the souls, the hearts, and the lives of people involved in the world of professional wrestling. I am your host. My name is Colt Cabana. I'm a con man in a con man's world. Most importantly, though, I am a professional wrestler, and I am not sitting here live in my studio in Chicago, Illinois. I am in a live studio audience at the beautiful International Drive Hyatt in Orlando, Florida at Wrestlecon. All right. And this stage is brought to you by Podcast Movement, which is this year in Anaheim, California. Before we go any further, this podcast is listener-supported, fan-supported, supported by people just like you. We give it to you free of charge every single Thursday. ColtCabana.com, iTunes, SoundCloud, wherever you get your podcasts from. A couple great ways that you can support, rate, review, and subscribe on iTunes. Tell a friend, let somebody know, tweet it out, Facebook it out. Let the world know. Best way that you can support, ColtMerch.com, DigitalColt.com, T-shirts, buttons, pictures, posters, DVDs, digital downloads, premium podcasts, there's little wrestler figures I got on there. And of course, eventually you can go down to ColtMerch.table.wrestlecon /$10 autographs, which are too expensive. All right. Before we get into this, before we talk to some wrestlers and some friends, I do have a cohort who I usually sit here with. I'm super excited about, who will be joining me. And he's yet to come on the stage, but he's about to come on the stage. He's a super surprise. You're going to love him. He is my friend and my partner in wrestling and comedy. Please welcome Marty DeRosa.
Oh, my God. You know, I was just backstage. You spared no expense. All his favorite things. There was Subway, there was gum, there was protein cookies. It was fantastic back there. You really did a great job.
What else do I like, Marty?
What else does Colt like? He likes pizza, but he doesn't eat it a lot. So
I wasn't divulging. There was a little small slice that I was nibbling on for a little bit.
So he likes that. Non-grill. That's your other favorite place you like?
Non-grill.
What is the
like on your teeth?
No.
Grills?
The like Middle Eastern chicken place you like to go to.
Chipotle?
No, it's like Chipotle. No, what is the place? It's like Chipotle, but not. We went to eat there. You love the place.
Welcome to Moe's?
No, it's like a Middle Eastern place or something.
Welcome to WrestleCon.
All right.
Yeah. Marty, you nailed it.
Thank you very much. I like to just start off with a bang and just keep it going, you know?
Okay, what's the madness you've seen at this year's WrestleCon?
The what?
The madness.
The madness of WrestleCon? My favorite part, and this is weird, I like when I'm in the bathroom and I'll look over and I'll be like peeing next to Jim the Anvil Neidhart. That's my favorite thing. That's because it's like in here, after a little while, you get desensitized. And you're like, oh, yeah, there's Vader hanging out over there. Okay, whatever. But when you're in the bathroom, it's like you forget you're at WrestleCon. And then you just look and Jim the Anvil Neidhart is fixing his goatee in the mirror. And you're like, oh, yeah, I'm at WrestleCon. So
I love that he always does that.
Oh, it's a habit.
Do you do that as a bearded man?
I find myself doing that. I could see how the Anvil does it.
Does that do anything for you erotically?
No, it doesn't. But I think that other people see it and it erotically does stuff for them.
Do you think Jim the Anvil Neidhart does that with his beard while he jerks off? Is he here? Is he here?
Funny you mention that. I was just thinking about that the other day. No, yeah, I mean, it might be kind of, well, it might be like how they say it's hard to like pat your head and rub your belly. So I don't know. He might just be like, oh shit, I didn't know what I was doing there. So
if he was at his table and you said, I'll give you $20 to watch you jerk off and pet your beard, do you think he'd say yes?
Yeah, he would say I take cash or I have the credit card on my phone. Yeah, whatever you need.
He has the
whatever you need.
thing for it?
Yeah. And then this curtain comes up. It's very well thought out. It turns into a different show.
Only at WrestleCon.
Do you wonder if like things like just keep progressing? Like there will be in like 20 years, like Joey Ryan will have like a booth. You walk in and you can grab his dong and stuff like that. And you're just like, okay, whatever.
Do you think that's in 20 years?
No, next year maybe. Next year, Joey will be like, oh, let's do this.
I bet
you never know.
I bet you he makes a cardboard box tomorrow.
Or just put your hand in and yeah.
It's the new glory hole.
I think we're onto something here. I think we're really workshopping some different type of.
That when he was on, if TNA brought that gimmick to their new TV, that would be Impact Wrestling Bound for Glory Hole.
Bound for Glory Hole. That'd be very good.
Thank you. With Joey Ryan and his penis. You want to bring up some guests?
I would love to bring up some guests.
Great. So I'm super excited for our first guest. He's never been on the show, and I can't wait to do a long-form sit-down with him, but he's here at WrestleCon, and I'm excited to have him. Please, welcome the man, D'Lo Brown. D'Lo Brown is coming.
D'Lo Brown.
This is like our WrestleMania. We're here at WrestleMania weekend. This is our WrestleMania entrance. Or he's taking the long way.
We were gonna get the cart that they brought the wrestlers down in.
There he is.
We'll put that in post. It's gonna sound great.
I'll do the music. Oh, the real deal now. Do you know the words to your music? No. Oh. How about a microphone?
No.
There it is. Maybe grab that one, Marty.
All right.
Figure me, my stick doesn't work.
Yeah.
I know it's about you're looking at the real deal now, and then that's when I lose
That's
it.
about it. It repeats and loops and repeats and loops and repeats.
Do you is that in your head, looping and repeating?
Yes, because I've heard it about 19,000 times.
Yeah. Like I was with Hornswoggle, and he was just telling me like the sound of his music drives him fucking crazy.
Okay, guys. Full disclosure: I work at a club in Las Vegas. I work for Godfather at Cheetah's, and
that kind of novation.
Yay for titties! Yay for titties!
That's the most polite applause for a strip club ever. Just like a golf clap.
Oh, it's like, oh, titties. But the DJ every now and then he'll mess with me, and in the middle of the night when it's dead and quiet and boring, all of a sudden I'll hear my music come on. And it's like, oh, not again. Oh Lord, not again. And then the one guy who recognized you goes, oh shit, Deal's about to do something.
Do you find yourself like showing a little skin?
I kind of get the strut going, and the head starts moving a little bit. So yeah, it's kind of just out of habit.
Where did the head bobble come from, right? I know this is a question probably everyone asks you, but I'm super intrigued.
Okay.
Because I did it as a kid. Sorry, I did it as a teenager. I'm not trying to make you age you out or anything.
I'm gonna kill him in the back, okay? Anybody here know the movie Friday? Remember the scene where Debo knocked out the brother who took it, Debo stole his bike, and then Chris Tucker went on top and said, you got knocked the So, I'm going to name drop here. The Rock and I were sitting at a hotel room on a Sunday the night before Raw.
Ooh, I know The Rock.
Let me pick that name back up off the floor, okay?
Don't worry.
So, literally, we're sitting in a hotel room, and we're watching Friday. The next night is Raw, and the next night Rock is wrestling Ken Shamrock. One part, Ken Shamrock gets knocked to the floor, and I just run over to him and go, you just got knocked the fuck out! And I went, oh, I just said that on national TV. Because, look, guys, if you curse on national TV, Vince will fine you like everything you got. So I said it, and then I was like, oh, and I went back to the other side of the ring and got quiet. Now, when you come up to the grill and you've been there, Vince has two postures. Either he's looking at his little paper like this, he goes, gives you a thumbs up and goes back, or if he does this with his glasses, you don't ever want to see that. So now I'm walking back up and I'm going, oh God. And as soon as I turn the corner of the gorilla, all I see is this. Shit. So I walk over to him and Vince just goes, that thing you did with your head, keep doing it. Yes! I just ran out because I didn't get fined. Right. But that's how the head shake started, and then after that came the strut, and then just in wrestling, turn the volume up on whatever you find 1,000%. So I turned it up, and that's where it came from.
Okay, you said there's a possibility of getting fined. And all you're worth. Have you been fined?
I have been fined before, yes. I was late. I had just started wrestling with WWF, and we had gone over doing international tours. This was right after WrestleMania 13 in Chicago. So we flew from O'Hare, we flew to South Africa and some other places. The first day there, now I am brand new to the company. I've been with the company 4 months. The last thing you ever do is be late for an international tour bus. So the night before, I'm out drinking with a bunch of the boys because I'm the young kid and I can't say no. And if I do, they'll never let me live it down.
So let's be honest, though. You can't say no either way, though.
You can't say no.
You personally.
No, I've never been able to say no. Look, I married the same woman twice. I couldn't say no.
That's true.
So I was out drinking and then wake up the next day, the bus at 10 o'clock. Well, I stumbled downstairs about 10:15. Everybody's on the bus. Can you imagine sitting on a bus? You know, you're 15 minutes late for the bus, and there's Undertaker sitting in the front seat, and there's Ron Simmons, and there's Shawn Michaels, and there's Stone Cold, and here's me, the guy's been holding the bus up for 20 minutes. Yeah, not good. So Jerry Briscoe fined me 10,000 rand.
Wait, 10,000 what?
10,000 rand.
What
That's
is
the
that?
money of South Africa.
Okay.
Now me, I have no clue, so I'm counting. Literally, you know, when you first start with the company, you're broke as a joke. You know, I just left independent wrestling, so I'm counting every dollar because I'm like, I can pay this credit card when I get home, and I can pay this credit card when I get home. So he goes, "You're gonna find 10,000 rand." I'm like, "Oh my God, it's my whole payoff! I can't believe it, 10,000 rand." And this is pre, you know, like cell phones. You can look up values of money. So for 10 days, he keeps going. Make sure you have that 10,000 rand. Make sure you have 10,000 rand. On the last day, he goes, "All right, I need that 10,000 rand. Okay, how much is it? $10.
Yeah.
Needless to say, I was never late for another bus ever again.
Sure.
The lesson of
Because that $10 was way too much for you. Like, fuck. He's so stressing that
$10, dude. You know Chicago, bro.
Yeah. And we come from the same cloth. And $10 is a little too much. That WrestleMania 13 that you speak of, I don't know if you know this, we were in the same match.
Really?
WrestleMania 13, Chicago street fight.
Yes. Nation versus the Legion of Doom.
Guess who was on your team?
Well, it was Ron.
Yeah.
It was me.
Okay.
There was Savio.
Right.
It was Crush.
Yeah.
PG-13.
PG-13, yeah.
Oh, and then a chubby little Colt Cabana, 7th row on the aisle, throwing punches at Hawk.
Oh, snap.
You remember?
I do. You're that guy.
That was me.
Hold on, I owe you something.
No, please. No, but like, how excited were you working with me that match?
Bro, it's one of the greatest memories I have of the business. Obviously, you can tell, right?
I can imagine. But now that it comes to you.
Now that I got it, I'll never forget it again.
Thank you. Was that your first WrestleMania?
That was my first WrestleMania, and I got to tell you the coolest thing, and you'll know this as a Chicago sports guy.
Okay, and you're talking about the coolest thing was obviously working with me in that match.
Yes.
So tell me the second.
The second coolest thing was downstairs, and you guys know in the lore of professional sports in Chicago, Walter Payton is like Michael Jordan, Walter Payton are like right there. So I'm sitting in catering. I'm very green to the company. I'm a Chicago boy. My second daughter is named Peyton after Walter Payton. I'm a big Chicago Bears fan. So I'm sitting there. Yes, give it up for Peyton. So I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, this man sits next to me and goes, "Hey, how about that Nation?" Now, Walter Payton has a very specific voice. And I look over and I go, and here is Walter Payton sitting 2 feet from me. He's my idol. And I'm like, why are you talking to me about wrestling when I want to talk to you about football? Wait a minute, why are you talking to me? So that was like the coolest thing. I got to sit and talk to Walter Payton for probably a half hour about wrestling, and he was just a regular wrestling fan.
I thought that would have been amazing if Walter Payton was like, "Hey, why does Ahmed wear his knee pads on his thighs?" That would have been amazing.
That was like the third question.
Sure. What's going on?
He's like, "What's up with the Nation? What the hell's wrong with Ahmed Johnson?"
So many knee pads. So many.
So many knee and elbow pads in so many wrong places.
They're all wrong. It's knee pads, elbow pads, not quads and triceps. Anyway.
One thing that I do want to ask, like, I don't know how vivid you remember that conversation. Like, What was his questions about wrestling, or what was he talking about wrestling?
He was overall general fan. He's like, hey, let me tell him about the Nation.
He did like it.
Yes, no, he did. He sat and talked about wrestling. We talked about Stone Cold, talked about Vince a little bit. Just normal, everyday questions. I mean, it wasn't anything. No different talking any fan out who's sitting out here right now.
Right, but these, we're here at WrestleCon. This is the diehard fan. You just don't expect Walter Payton to know who anyone is.
Dude, after being in this business, half people I've met, I didn't expect them to be fans of the business.
Can I get one of the weird ones?
Nicolas Cage.
Hey, who was supposed to be the wrestler.
Yeah, he was supposed to be the wrestler, but he didn't think the role would be big enough for him.
Okay.
But yeah, we were in, anytime you go to Anaheim or you go to LA, all the celebrities come out. They come out and, they're in the back and they're like fanboy and fangirl. And it's like, wait a minute, dude, I just watched your movie last night with my wife. What are you fanboy with me for? So, but it's kind of cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
D-Lo, I appreciate you being on. Where are you at on the internet? You on the internet?
You guys can hit me up on Twitter. I only do Twitter. I don't do Facebook. Too many ex-girlfriends. Damn, did I say that?
Nope.
No, I didn't. Hit me up on Twitter, at DLoBrown75. I'm the only verified D-Lo, so it's pretty easy. There's a bunch of imposters that fake me's, but don't listen to them. Other than that, just hit me up, chat. I talk all the time, and that's about it.
There's only one real deal now.
You're looking at the real deal now.
D-Lo Brown, everybody.
Thank you, D-Lo. Enjoy Mania, guys.
All right.
All I'm thinking about now is a stripper coming out to D-Lo's music wearing just a chest protector. There you go.
But it wasn't a stripper. It was a personal stripper.
Yeah.
Sorry, as he tells us to be quiet. I've never done that with anything with me. Like I guess the perfect world, I'd just have the girl wear like a Cabanarama headband.
No girls never worn your singlet around the apartment, around the studio apartment, doing a little one of these moves? No?
That'd be cool. You like split the singlet and like your boobs would show right there. That's in a perfect world. That would be my thing. But I don't know. Only D-Lo in your mind.
Yeah, in my mind.
Got that treat.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're going to take a break here and talk about a sponsor, Stamps.com. It's what I use. I ship with Stamps. ColtMerch.com is my small business, and Stamps.com is the way that I send those packages out. We use the internet for everything these days. You're listening to this because of the internet. Radio is basically turned into podcasts, so why are you still going to the post office? Get your postage on demand with Stamps.com. Anything you can do at the post office, you can do at Stamps.com. Buy and print official U.S. postage for any letter or packaging using your own computer and printer. Stamps.com never closes. Get your postage work done 24/7. One of the main reasons I got Stamps.com was because of international shipping. There was this long process. You had to fill out these forms manually, and then you were just at the post office forever, and I was stubborn, and I didn't want to learn how to do it online, but finally I gave in, and now my life is a billion times better. Make your life better. Use my code COLT for this special offer. 4-week trial includes postage and a digital scale. Before you do anything, go to Stamps.com, click on the radio microphone at the top of the homepage, and type in COLT. Stamps.com, enter the code COLT, never go to the post office again. All right, let's head back to the show.
Please welcome up Jeremy Borash. What is that?
Somebody left their very healthy lunch here at
It's me
WrestleCon.
just swinging my Slim Jim.
This is how you know it's WrestleCon. This is someone's lunch.
As Marty is showing us.
Yes.
A giant Monster energy drink and a huge squash beef jerky. If anyone wants that, we'll throw that out to the
look at
crowd. There you go.
The original T-shirt can.
There you go.
How you doing, guys? Marty, it's a pleasure to finally be on the air. We've never been on the air before for anything.
We have not.
Together.
No.
Collaborating.
And here we are.
Here we are. Pretty good so far. Yeah. By the way, real quick, I just want to say D-Lo Brown. Such a cool guy, right? I've known him for years. I had kind of lost touch with him, and somebody said, you talked to D-Lo. I said, I don't know, I heard he's doing something with Godfather, and I thought, he's working at a pizza place?
Oh, Godfather's
he's working at the strip club Godfather works at, not pizzas.
You have a voice that would be amazing at a strip club, by the way.
Oh, I've done it.
I'm sure you get that all the time when people are like, hey.
Best male review you'll ever watch.
Yeah.
Guys, it was great.
Can you bring up Marty DeRosa to the
Ladies and gentlemen, coming to the stage. You know him, you love him. He's packing meat. Talking about Marty, the Meat DeRosa.
Oh, the meat.
Yeah.
The meat.
Yeah, there he is. That's what they call you, right? The Meat?
That's a good one. I'll take it. Sure.
All right.
Where, like, you didn't start with that voice. Was that, how does that work? Right, because I feel like Justin Roberts, you know,
right.
you hear him on the first ones he's doing, and then you hear how his voice kind of
Yeah.
changes. And probably even me on my podcast, you hear how, like, my voice kind of, like, I don't know, we kind of learned how to talk into a microphone.
It's actually, it's a little bit of that. It's like training. It's like that. And then it's a lot of whiskey and cigarettes. So that always helps, too. No,
that wasn't meant to be a shot at you. Like,
No,
like your voice is going
it's
to
any of those
shit.
old school radio guys that are doing like, you know, FM 94, you know, St. Petersburg. They're all alcoholic smokers that are all 400 pounds, and you see them and you go, wow, that voice comes out of that guy. That's what I want to be. So I'm on my way, you know. I'm just drinking a lot, smoking a lot. I'll be doing voiceovers in St. Pete.
Wait, so you...
Thank you.
Glad for that. So you, like, as a person who uses their voice, the idea of, like, alcohol or cigarettes or whatever, like, never even was like, I shouldn't do that. Like, an athlete would be like, I can't do, you know, like, I can't drink.
I was
or I
such a
can't eat
radio
shit.
fiend growing up and getting into radio that the very first station I worked at were a bunch of old classic rock jocks, you know, and so I'm thinking, going, man, this is going to be good. I'm going to drink a lot. My voice is going to get real low, going to smoke like a chimney. And, so that was my early inspirations, you know, much like wrestlers see things growing up, growing older.
Say, a lot of wrestlers on my show, they see Shawn Michaels and Ric Flair dipping.
Oh,
And so
heartbreaking.
then they all
yes.
start dipping.
That's heartbreaking, Heartbreak Kid, that you're dipping.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You shouldn't be dipping.
Well, he does, but as a wrestler, you shouldn't dip, and as someone who uses your voice, you think you shouldn't be drinking whiskey. But then you see them doing it.
Have you ever dipped and drank whiskey together? You
I've
get
never
a
done
real.
any of that.
I know you're clean as a whistle. I try and disrupt this man's, you know, well-behaving young habits he's got. No, he can't be broken.
In a perfect world, what would a night of my debauchery be in your perfect head?
Marty, is Marty
both
along?
of you guys
too?
can get
Is
in.
Marty
Oh,
along?
yeah.
Is Grado-
It ends
is
with a
Grado along?
pizza in bed. It ends with a giant pizza deep dish in bed. But it starts with, let's see, maybe
It starts with a one-way flight to Bangkok, Thailand.
Oh,
And then-
yeah.
See, so far I'm in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe you're wearing a robe the whole time.
Yeah.
Open.
TNA sent me to Bangkok, Thailand when we
Really?
launched on the sports channel there. So I would be sent to these markets when we launched for the first time. And I get sent there, and so I have a week there to get the new station up and running, make sure they're doing everything right, the voiceover guys are there, everything. But at night, they want to take me out to these clubs and stuff, right? So the first night out, I'm there, and I'm like, this is crazy. And I'm telling you, the only thing I could compare it to was like the bar scene in the first Star Wars.
That's over his head. He doesn't know.
Anybody?
Mos Eisley, a bunch of weird people in one
all
bar.
Right, all right.
Come on, tell me, what about, like, maybe if you're like the bar scene with JBL and Ron
No, the bar
Simmons.
scene from the first Star Wars is a very memorable scene, obviously. It's just about anything you could ever imagine is within reach.
Oh, like the gimmick battle royal.
There you go. There you go.
That's good. There you go. Now we're talking. That's more your speed, isn't
Thank
it?
you.
Yes, that's crazy. I know you mentioned Bound. What is it? Bound for Glory
Bound for
Hole?
Glory Hole.
Bound for Glory
Yeah.
Hole.
Where is that going on? Is that here? Is that a WrestleCon event?
That's Joey Ryan. We'll be doing that tomorrow.
Okay, because there's another event going on at the other hotel that's Bound and Gag for Glory.
Oh, there it
which is
is.
a whole different.
That is not Joey
That's
Ryan.
$25. I think you get a photo and everything.
Who would that be? Tony Atlas?
Oh, stop. Wow. Yes. Tony Atlas.
I don't know who else would be like a weird fetish guy in wrestling. I guess everyone, but a publicly out there weird and fetish guy. Oh,
Snitsky
Demo.
with feet. He's
Snitsky
very
with
open about
feet.
that. He's
Yeah.
loud and proud about his feet fetish.
Yeah. Randy Orton? No? You guys don't get that vibe from him? Oh, that's just me then. Okay, I'm
no,
sorry.
I get that vibe.
All right.
I don't think he's out there telling the world that he's into that.
Oh,
Someone
maybe-
said
maybe
demolition.
he's-
Someone
okay.
said demolition, which I found interesting because that gimmick was kind of about leather and
I do wonder if any parents, like as a little kid, like we were just like, oh, these are my favorite wrestlers, and a parent was like, Jesus Christ, what are you watching?
Yeah.
Because like in Chicago, we have this neighborhood called Boys Town. It's a predominantly gay neighborhood, and they have a lot of the outfits in the window of some of the shops. Right. And one of them you walk by, and they have the demolition, and I'm just like, yep, demolition outfit right there.
If you got a bathroom fetish, TL Hopper might be the man that's more. I'm just trying to. I'm reaching here. I don't know.
Yeah. What are some of the when you were on the live podcast in Edinburgh?
Yes.
We talked about the Cheeks. We talked about Cheeks.
Yes.
Who was in TNA, the very first show, one of the first matches. If
Dark
not the
match
first
broke the ring in the
First
dark match.
Yeah.
And so what are some of the weirder characters and gimmicks and things that you remember?
In TNA over the course of time?
over TNA over the years.
man.
Or that like didn't make it. That was even
Oh,
too
didn't
weird.
make
That
it
didn't
once?
make it. Like Russo sitting back, bro. Got an idea, and you're just like, that'll never make it on TV.
Boy, nothing really. There was a couple that were just like, what in the hell? I forget the guy's name, but he's a big guy out of Canadian, Pierre.
PCO,
Pierre Levesque.
Carl Ouellet.
Ouellet.
Yeah.
I said Pierre Levesque. Wait, no, it's
No.
he wrestled, I believe, 2 matches in TNA under the name X.
I remember that.
That's it.
Yeah.
X. It's like, well, it makes autographs easy. You know, he can sign all day. But other than that, no, there's been a lot of crazy, stupid shit. But that's how it is in every wrestling. I mean, there's people have off the wall ideas. Sometimes, you know, obviously, I've seen my fair share of
That's not a dig, but I'm just saying the idea of, right, you go, the list of, you know, Red Rooster and Gobbledygooker and Scotty Goldman. It's just like the list of ones that don't hit, you know?
Yeah. Yes.
You can make fun of, but...
Scotty Goldman. Dude,
Yeah.
You don't think that hit?
What's that?
It didn't hit?
No, that was not a hit.
Oh,
It
wow.
didn't make
I like the guy playing that character, but unfortunately,
very
yes.
much.
Yeah. By the way, I got to ask you something. You've been doing this a long time. You're the pioneer. You've made this cool, right? Now, of course, in true wrestling fashion, everything's 5 years behind. Mm-hmm. I got to be honest. You got to be sick of doing this show and hearing people put themselves over constantly. I'm watching it. I got a drinking game at home with my buddies. We listen to the show, Colt. When somebody puts themselves over in the context of a story and they're telling a story for no other purpose than to put themselves over, you got to take a drink. This happens
really?
on your show continuously. I want you to pay me closer attention because what guys do is they'll come on here and they'll tell a story, but the roundabout ending is always, I'm the effing best. Seems to happen that way.
Well, take a drink if you think having to pay somebody $10. That was D'Lo Brown's story from 5 minutes ago. Did
Come
we
on,
forget
that's
that?
what I was saying. And what inspired that bit that didn't get over.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that, but what's cool about you is that you come on here and you kind of get the real vibe of it is like, I want it to be this kind of throw around thing. And that's kind of always what it was based off. It was like a locker room chat. And it wasn't necessarily a put over show. So it wasn't trying to be like a radio Q&A type of thing.
Right.
And like you get it, you know, like the idea of we're just chatting back and forth and wherever the flow goes. So I think sometimes, and you'll hear in the show, if people are like putting themselves over too much, like I try to cut them down a little bit.
Right.
Does that make sense?
You should have a secret code for what, you know, like that you can kind of throw in there, a little word that with the listeners know that you're cutting in there to really kind of bring things down to tone, you know.
Yeah, but I don't want to tell anybody, hey, don't put yourself over.
I can't do anything about that, right? It's going to happen no matter what.
Where else did you go? You went to Bangkok.
I went to Bangkok. Here's my last week, right? The last week of my life. I went to Monterrey, Mexico for AAA. Then I went to Manchester, England for World of Sport. Then I went to the Tijuana show for Crash. Came home, did voiceovers in Nashville for 6 hours, got on a plane, came here. That's my last week. Insane.
I could listen to you saying names of towns for hours, Jeremy.
Chicago, Illinois.
Oh, amazing. And you're just doing business stuff. You're a real businessman.
They're letting me. No, they're kind of letting me do it. You know, like some working with all kinds of companies now. I mean, the idea is going forward with Anthem, the parent company of Impact Wrestling, is it's not just going to be Impact Wrestling. Now we're launching World of Sport in the UK, which is going to be the biggest story in wrestling, I think, in 2017. Wait and see. Mark my words. You know, we're working with the Crash promotion, bringing some promotions into the fold. You know, content, it's all kind of coming down to a few people now who is going to be providing the best content. And, you know, everybody wants to compete with WWE and the network. And, you know, there's a few companies out there that have the pull to do so, have the financial backing to do so.
Like me? My YouTube page?
YouTube page.
I'm trying to compete.
Yeah, and what we're doing, you know, what's very cool about that is they're also letting me have a big part in the creative as well. So it's, you know, nonstop. I mean, it's just really nonstop all over the place and having a great time doing it. So.
And you're yelling at Josh Matthews a lot now.
Josh and I don't get along for real, and so they decided to make a storyline out of it.
I mean, Marty today was super excited about this.
Yeah, I grew up with Josh Matthews, so it's very funny to hear
Hello.
JB.
How you doing, man?
So this is the fun part, I guess, of the podcast.
Hey,
buddy.
How you doing? What up?
Some visitors here. Here's the.
Marty.
Hi there.
Yeah, you want to grab a.
Hey, guys.
Yo, you didn't invite us, so we invited ourselves. LAX, we back in the cut, and we serious like a late period. Let me introduce to you the new LAX Homicide. Boom. Diamante. Boom. And the new Impact Tag Team Champions, Santana and Ortiz. Yo, and this goes straight out to Impact Wrestling. You want to play whole games with us like you did with the Hardy Boys? We're going to unleash an era of violence and terror like you never seen before. All right? Take that back to them.
Hi, Konnan. Did he break it?
Here's the thing. We invited LAX down here to WrestleCon, and no promoters would book them.
Oh, God.
And
you can't feel good about that.
No. It's not for business reasons. They were afraid. And so last night at 2 different events, they showed up, crashed the event, beat everybody up, took some money from the promoters. I'll let you tell them. I don't know. This was amazing. This was absolutely amazing.
Let's hear the story, Konnan.
You tell them. I don't want to incriminate myself. Go ahead.
Yeah. So the simple is, you're not going to book us. They went to this Orlando City Wrestling. You know the guy that runs that?
No, I heard a couple people telling me they were doing Orlando City Wrestling.
Yeah. Went in there. Hey, if you're not going to pay us for an appearance, we'll just go in there, appear, and then demand money. It kind of works in reverse. I guess this is the way it's going to go now.
Yeah. Jesus Christ. You're going to tax me?
Is there an appearance fee for that?
Is this because I'm a Jewish man? I get it. Do you assume that I'm an accountant of some sort? You do.
Wow.
Konnan, do you want to, sit down and chat a little bit?
Please. Maybe.
Hey, you can take my seat, Konnan.
Here, Marty. Thank you.
Yeah,
Connan's got a interesting story. He was just telling me this morning about the shop he used to be in. Can you tell any of that? The place he used to work where you were running some business deals on the side? No, okay. Sorry. All right. Anyway, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, so last night you took money from a promoter. Right. You've been wrestling how long now again?
Probably close to 30.
30 years, yeah. So there's got to be some stories of some shady-ass promoters. And in my head, I know this is...
Especially in Chicago.
In Chicago. I was going to say in Mexico, but that's... You think Chicago...
Windy City Wrestling.
Sure. Did they ever fuck you over?
No, but I'm sure they fucked somebody over.
Yeah.
There's got to be some stories of you, and you're a hard dude. There's got to be some stories of promoters kind of fucking you over and you doing what you have to do.
Right. Well, sometimes you do have to do what you have to do, and they don't fuck with you again.
Right, but without incriminating yourself. Yeah. Does anything come to mind for that?
Oh, we've had to actually go as full as pulling guns on people so they would pay you. And that's, most guys are not going to take it any further than that.
So you bring a gun to the show knowing that the promoter sucks, or you always have a gun on you?
No. People, if I need one, I can get it.
Colt,
Let me put
you
it
should
that
know
way.
this. You always have your guy carry the piece. Come on.
I don't. Why should I know that?
We're from the streets, Colt. I thought we were from the streets.
Hey, Marty.
Yeah, I can carry the gun if you need
Marty,
me.
you all right?
I'll go get it. It's in my room.
Marty's my peace carrier. Homicide, have you ever done some awful shit to some promoters?
Hey,
I did awful stuff, and my name is Homicide. Let's think about this for a moment.
Yesterday, Grado and Homicide met for the first time.
Oh, wow.
Okay? Can I tell you what the first thing he asked you?
Put me over.
He put you over. He put you over first. Big fan. He goes, really said this. Have you ever killed anyone? To which Homicide said, next question.
Boom.
Because I'll be honest, that was my next question. So you formed a new LAX, Konnan. Yeah? You want to talk about it a little bit?
Hello?
Yep.
So basically, when Impact Wrestling came at me with yo, we want to do something different, and I was like, why don't we just do what we used to do before? You know what I'm saying?
LAX was always one of the highlights of everything. Always awesome.
And they're really different, and we've talked about with things that have gone on. There's a real creative aspect to TNA that we've seen over the last 6-8 months with the Hardy stuff and some pretty cool stuff. And now it's like this has just come in like a breath of fresh air in the midst of a lot of chaos. And it's been the one thing everybody's saying, "Wow, this is really different." So people that have seen it, it's been all weekend long. They've been loving it, and we're having a blast doing it.
But it doesn't really matter because as creative as you can be and as charismatic as you can be, and Colt's a good example of this, if you don't have somebody that believes in your creativity and isn't willing to share your vision, we wouldn't be where we in the short time where we are right now as a tag team champs and getting a lot of love from the internet, which is usually negative about wrestling, and rightfully so because they give you a lot of shit. So when you get something cool, Jeremy's been a big part of that too. You know what I'm saying? And from the producer's level and just from being able to filter ideas through him. So, it takes two to tango, so I want to give you your props too.
See, there we go, huh?
And you brought in some new blood too. That's kind of what I thought was the coolest. Some new with some old,
Yeah, these guys are great. And they're just like when it came time to choose, Konnan wanted to choose some new guys for LAX. It was like these two just really surpassed any expectations.
We're the best. I mean, what can you say? We have the proof right here.
If you know EYFBO, formerly known as, and still known as in certain parts, but it's, they're very well known up there, Northeast.
Yeah, and the cool thing for me is, because I've been on a lot of shows with them on the East Coast in New York and in Massachusetts and stuff, and for me, I see a lot of these wrestlers that are just on these shows, and it's not like you're like, well, they're never going to get a break. It's just like they keep on doing it, and no one really, you think that no one kind of sees what's going on. And then when you guys debut on TV, it's just like, yeah, that makes perfect sense. And so it's kind of like refreshing for a person like me that people can see what else is out there and see the new talents. And
did you see the movie Moonlighting?
Moonlighting?
Yes.
I
think it only won Best Picture of the Year. Yeah. So, anyways.
Is that with Bruce Willis?
Yeah.
Moonlighting wasn't with. Oh, that was a TV show with Bruce Willis. That was close, though.
Yeah. And so basically, one of the things that captured me about that movie is that it was a whole bunch of actors you've never seen before, so you couldn't place them with another character and be reminded of that character. They were just fresh with like no history. You know what I'm saying? And that was the same thing with them. Like, okay, where'd they come from? And even with Diamante, like, where'd they come from? Like, you can't really attach them to anything. And that freshness sometimes is different, and it works.
Fresh. Yeah. Very cool. You're still doing your podcast?
Yes, I am.
I know you are. You want to plug it up? Keeping it
100.
He's so baked right now.
Yeah. Keeping it 100 with Konnan, KG, and Disco Inferno. Boom. And we also have Juventud Guerrera on there, and we have Shane Helms. And
you must give Juventud so much shit.
Oh, always. He's easy to give shit to. When you take yourself too seriously, that's when I bury you.
Yeah, does he, do you make him cry? I could see him crying. Is Hoovy a crier?
No, he's like a whiner, like male PMS.
Yeah. All right. And then where are you at on the internet? Where are you at on the internet?
Facebook and Twitter, KONNAN 5150, and now on Impact TV every Thursday and shit on Pop TV, doing our thing, LAX. We're going to do what we did before, but do it even better. Thank you very much, man. Much respect to you, Colt. Much respect to you, Marty. Much respect to you, JB.
All right.
Boom.
Konnan and the LAX. Yeah. I'll allow it. That was the scariest thing that's ever happened to me, though.
Wow.
And I wrestled Ryback last night, so that should have gotten a better laugh. Now I just feel bad.
I loved it, man. You're a...
Jesus Christ.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Jer, we're going to say goodbye to you now.
It's time for... I'm going to go follow Konnan and see if I can... It seems like there was a skunk in the room here. What was that?
Yes, Where are you at on the internet, friend?
I'm at ColtMerch.com, so go pick some stuff up. I appreciate it. Colt, thank you very much for always being here. Marty, always a pleasure.
Say hi to Josh Matthews for us.
Thank you.
Well, just like Deerfield, Illinois up here with you and all your buds.
Is that what it was? That was a little scary.
Was that the first time that it got like kind of real wrestling-y on the Art of Wrestling?
No. Do you remember a couple of years ago, what was it, New Orleans? Chris Masters and MVP just took over the stage.
Yeah.
And I think they were also under the same influence of what Konnan was.
Yeah. It's weird what marijuana makes people do, you know, just to come on podcasts and just kind of set up shop and take over.
Is that what that was? I didn't want to say anything.
I mean, I don't think we're going to out Konnan for being a marijuana enthusiast. Yeah, that'd kind of be saying like, oh yeah, that who's a wrestler? Let's see, that Steve Austin really enjoys alcohol. You know, I think it's like, I get it.
All right, one more time, I'm going to jump in here and talk about a sponsor, ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter, it's a search engine for finding and posting jobs. Hey, are you a place or a business or a thing or a wrestling company and you need to hire somebody? Finding great talent can be tough. It's a big world out there. Thankfully, with ZipRecruiter, you can post your job to 100-plus job sites with just one click. They've got the power and technology to efficiently match the right people to your job, better than anyone else. And unlike job sites, ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them. Over 80% of jobs posted on ZipRecruiter get a qualified candidate within just 24 hours. Don't juggle emails or calls to your office. Simply screen, rate, and manage candidates all in one place with ZipRecruiter's easy-to-use dashboard. Find out why ZipRecruiter has been used by businesses of all sizes to find the most qualified job candidates with immediate results. And right now, you, the Art of Wrestling listener, you can post jobs on ZipRecruiter for free. Yes, free. Go to ZipRecruiter.com/first. That's ZipRecruiter.com/first. One more time, try for free. ZipRecruiter.com/first. All right, let's head back to the show.
Let's please welcome Blue Meanie to the stage.
Blue Meanie, come on out here.
Hey. I have no music. I should have music for everybody, shouldn't I?
Yeah, kind of. How did that feel coming out with no music and then doing that dance? That's.
Hello, hello. Although, something that was crazy was in high school, Let Me Clear My Throat was like my jam at parties, at house parties. I felt I could dance to that to the best.
Yeah.
And then when you guys started coming out to that, or maybe you specifically?
No, it was as right after the BWO was done and Stevie had gone to WCW, and me and Nova needed like some kind of music on our own. And I was a big fan of Yo MTV Raps and the Ed Lover dance. And I was saying to our sound guy, Randy, I was like, do you have that song? And he's like, actually, I have a song. It was the DJ Cool mix. Mm-hmm. And out of nowhere, that became our song. And I didn't know it was going to be our song until we went to the ring for the first time. And I was like, I can.
Of course, Paul Heyman paid for the rights to the song, and
absolutely
the legal way to do it. And then
down
you
to
came
the
out.
penny.
He said, "Meanie, next week you can come out to that song. I have to get everything straight with the record label."
Meanie, I spare no expense.
Literally, I have spared no expense. $0.
I would not lie in saying about how much expense I have not paid. Meanie.
Who's the most fun? Who have you ran into today that was a fun? You're a fan of these. You love these things, right?
Well, dude, I love doing these things because they're like high school reunions. You know, we hang out, say hello, and not take a bump. So I'm great.
Get drunk, cry in the corner.
Yeah, well, that's later. Let me use my tears as lube. But last night, I was thrilled to death to finally meet Grado. Grado's amazing. I love that guy. I gave him a hug. I went, I love you. And he just burst out to laugh. I was like, no, I really love you, man. You're hysterical. And then, of course, seeing Kikataro here today.
Wow, this is just a big plug for my movie,
Man,
isn't it?
boy, do I have a movie for you.
Spare no expense.
Well, $20 would be nice. If
Yeah. But I did a match in England with Kikataro where it was an all-comedy match, and the first person to do a serious move gets disqualified. So that was pretty cool.
Hold on. Marty, what would you think would be the first move in this?
I would think it was like muscle memory, and like you accidentally lock up, and you're like, "Oh, son of a bitch!" And then it's like, "Ring the bell."
Yeah, most of my matches I just steal from the Three Stooges anyway. So it just one big episode of Mo, Larry, and Curly smacking each other and stuff like that.
I'm super intrigued. What was the finish to this match?
I think it was the testicular claw. So
is that an official move?
it was that night.
Right.
But actually, that was the official move of my first pinfall in ECW for my first singles win against Jason Knight. So
that got claps like
Wow.
Mary Kate had seen it. So hold on. Your first
a golf
match,
clap for the ball claw. Thank you.
It sounded like a song I once wrote. Your first match in ECW, which you didn't want to fuck up, which was your big break maybe, and your finish was the ball claw?
Yes, against Jason Knight. Again, Stevie had just left, and
Okay, hold on. Paul Heyman is right here, and he's going to reenact that, what he wants out of that.
Here's what I envision. You get Malenko and Guerrero who are like, you'll flip off the rope, then I'll do this, and then you're just like, okay, here's what you're going to do. You're going to grab his claw and then fall on him and pin him.
you're going to grab Jason's ample undercarriage and schoolboy him. Sure,
Okay.
Why not? I'm in half shirt, Daisy Dukes. Why not? Let's accentuate the evening with a ball claw.
Because your finisher was the meanie salt, right?
Yes.
So when does it go? Like, do you try the ball claw for a while and it doesn't work?
Well, the whole scenario of the match was he was out wrestling me and being, oh, look at a fat guy, hoo 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 hoo.
But I mean, like,
I just get fed up and go balls.
And then Balls Mahoney came along.
Yes.
And he stole your
Captain
gimmick.
Balls Mahoney, a.k.a. Captain Caveman.
But I'm saying, like, throughout your run, were you trying to, like, make that a finisher?
Oh, no, that was just for the one
That was
match.
just the one match.
Balls out of nowhere, roll up 1, 2, 3, and, do the YMCA dance right after.
What were some of the Blue Meanie finishers that never caught on?
I tried to do, like, the DDT. I tried to do just various goofy things. You're always trying to reinvent yourself somehow. And, like, I kind of put myself in a corner with the meanie salt because it hurts more to hit it or even more to miss it. So,
It hurts.
It hurts.
It hurts.
Oh, yeah. Can't fake gravity, folks. But, you always try to reinvent yourself. But luckily, I'd start pairing up with Nova, and Nova would come up with, like, these great finishers that became, like, our staples. And then you start seeing them on Monday Night Raw the next week. So
Right, yeah. I was going to say, Nova does every move, so...
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you do none, he does everyone.
Yes.
Perfect.
Yeah, we were like the perfect, like, he was the Hitman, I was the Anvil, except I never masturbated when I played with my beard, so
Right.
little flashback.
Going back to ECW, when you guys would wrestle for those insane crowds, especially
The
like
insane crowd
posses. Was there ever a time like you guys like you're dressed up like Kiss or something like that, and you're just like they're gonna hate this, and then you go out and they actually just loved it?
Oh, there was a time there was almost a mutiny amongst Raven's flock because Raven wanted us to go out as the Jackson 5, and he wanted us to do everything with the Afro wigs and paint our faces black.
Ooh.
And I'm like,
That would be great if they taught Kurt Angle to coming back. They're like, we're sorry about the crucifixion, Kurt. We promise come back. Nothing like that will happen again. And then Raven's like, let's bring out the Jackson 5. And then you guys come out, and Angle's like, God damn it, I'm never coming back here for real this time.
and I was involved with the crucifixion angle with Kurt Angle, so to paint myself black in a locker room with New Jack.
Oh, no.
I was like, here's my plan. He's like, yeah, go out there, put on the curly wigs, paint your face black, go out there, and I'm like, we can't do this. So I go over to New Jack. I go, New Jack, they want us to go out as the Jackson 5, and they want us to paint our faces black. Can you pretend to be mad? He goes, no, I want to see it. Damn it, New Jack. Damn it, really? The time I really needed you, Jack. And we went out, and it was horrible.
You did it.
Oh, we did it.
Oh, wow.
God. Is that on the network?
Thank God, no.
That does not share the views
Yeah,
expressed by the WWE.
Yeah, it was on network for Black History Month. What do you think? Come on now. Jesus Christ.
We're here.
Thank God it never saw light of day.
It
but,
didn't.
No.
Yeah. That's somewhere. Rob Feinstein has it buried in his basement somewhere. Yeah.
Amongst other things. You know, there's a sign outside his house that says "Children at Play." It's legit.
This is Blue Meanie talking.
No, I love Rob. I love Rob.
Allegedly, correct.
I've known Rob since we were both 16. I love the guy. I'm just ribbing him.
And then we're here at WrestleMania, and maybe we can talk about a WrestleMania moment that you enjoyed, or
maybe my own.
Right, that's what I mean. That's what I mean. Yeah.
No, it's awesome, man. I think my career has been pretty freaking cool. I got the debut for ECW in Philly. I got the debut for WWE in Philly, and then I got to have my WrestleMania moment in my hometown of Philadelphia. So it's like I feel like Vince Papale and when Marky Mark plays the guy who gets to play for the Eagles, you know, in his hometown team in the movie.
Blue Vincible.
Invincible.
Blue Vincible.
Yeah. But it was cool, man. It was cool. It's like going to see your favorite baseball team play, and then they call you up to swing a bat. So to be in the corner of Goldust at WrestleMania 15, and you figure in the first 20 WrestleManias, I got to be a part of the first 15, which is historically, if they go forward to WrestleMania 100, I'm in the top 15, and it's been a blessing, just to be able to do some of the things I've done.
I remember watching wrestling at the Rosemont Horizon my whole life.
Yeah.
And then getting to wrestle there, and Snitsky pulled out my boot when I was jobbing to him and smelled my feet. So I can relate. I can relate.
And then there was the time Goldust went to put me in the Shattered Dreams kick, and my testicle popped out, and it was on the Titantron. Goldust put this leg here, that leg there, this arm there, and I'm staring at the Titantron, and it looked like I was giving birth to a baby calf.
Oh. You're doing that well with those guys?
Yeah,
a calf's a big thing.
I'm all balls. So
All balls.
looks like an infant on a beanbag chair. It's just, but
why were you not wearing anything underneath those?
No, I was wearing my trunks, but I only stretched so far.
Right.
And Jim and the twins they needed some air, so I get back. After the match, I go through gorilla position, and they had the production trucks inside, and everybody comes out of the truck and gives me a nice little golf clap. And then years later, I would see Luna Vachon, and she would be like, "Hey, Meanie, remember when your balls came out on Raw?" Yeah, Luna, I remember my balls came out on Raw.
And
thank you.
Can we see that on the network? I'm into it. I'm sorry.
Sounds like a fetish.
Yes. Meanie, where are you at on the internet?
I am at Blue Meanie BWO on Twitter and Instagram. You can get my wonderful BWO shirts at ProWrestlingTees.com/Blue Meanie. And
You have an action figure now.
Yes, go to yes. It only took
You can get an extra ball attachment at his table.
There's a reason why the tights keep falling off my doll. But
Yeah.
yes. But yeah, go to WrestlingSuperstore.com and look up the Blue Meanie figure. I just did a limited 100 signed ones that they're going to be selling exclusively on the website as well. And that's everything Blue Meanie.
Blue Meanie, everybody. Oh, Marty.
Well, Colt, what a podcast. What an adventure this has been.
I mean, we can end it, but I hate to end it and then... Well, I guess I can...
Do you want me to run away? Hey, there he is.
Hey. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't know if that got caught on the microphones. Look how fast he goes, even on crutches.
This is the fastest guy on crutches.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jack Evans.
Yay! Jack.
Off. What are you doing? What happened?
I was attacked by 17 mercenaries that worked for the cartel when I was in Mexico. My ankle suffered a high sprain. They're dead. Literally, it was the worst. I was at a small little show in Acapulco, and I didn't check the ring, and sometimes the Mexican rings are just crazy, like bumps, like speed bumps in them. And I did my entrance with the breakdancing, and when I came down off my hand, I just landed in one of the bumps and sprained it, like before the match even started or anything.
And then you did the whole match?
No, I limped around for about 5 minutes and did the best one-legged moonsault you've ever seen in your life. And then immediately did the quickest hopping you've ever seen in your life to the locker room.
Yeah. And then what do? You just tape it and ice it? Do you wrestle the next night or no?
No, I've been out 7 weeks. So, that's why I can limp and walk good and everything. But
did you wrestle last night?
No, tonight's going to be my first match back, so I'm going to tape the hell out of it and everything. So.
Whoa.
For you guys, I risk my life for you. Oh, so Ted Hart impressions, not.
Oh, well, the other Ted Hart impression would be a picture. Yeah, I was gonna say, didn't he just get arrested?
He did get arrested, but I believe he's out now. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it was a misunderstanding.
It always is. The guy just has really bad luck.
Hey, come on. That's what he says to the cop. Come on.
Come on.
Here.
You know what the craziest thing is? Somehow with his antics, for how much he gets in trouble, he should have gotten in a lot more. He was great at getting out of crap with the police. Just great with it.
He's a great talker.
Yeah.
He's a great bullshit artist, bless his heart.
But I'd get jealous because I was like, I cannot say the same thing. Like, even word for word, I could repeat it, and I'd get a completely different reaction. Like, I don't know how he does it.
That was last year. His hotel room could not have reeked more of marijuana.
Yeah.
And I just read somewhere where they were talking about it, and he just said, I'm an undercover cop. And they go, I understand. And they walked away. That's amazing.
It's like this Jedi mind force, just undercover cop.
Yeah, makes sense to me. They walk away.
You were wrestling in so when I hear Acapulco, I just think of like beautiful vacation towns.
Oh, yeah, Acapulco's pretty amazing.
Not shitty rings.
Shitty rings. So you get to just wrestle in Acapulco?
Well, that's the thing. When I was with AAA, no, they would want to go to Acapulco much because AAA actually runs like the farthest places they can from where they're actually based in Mexico City. But now when I switched to the Independence, yeah, there was a crap ton. So that's great because it's only 4 hours away, so I get to bring the family. And
you know, I was talking to Pentagon, and neither of us understood each other. But I think I got the idea that, like, he was saying that it's almost like if you're independent, it's way better than being in the big leagues, which would be AAA or CMLL, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. So, which is kind of crazy because that would be like saying, like, well, I guess it's not crazy for me. I'd rather be an independent wrestler than WWE, but in the hindsight of things, people like always want to go to WWE. It's supposed to be an independent wrestler, but it seems like the wave now is just to be an indie wrestler in Mexico.
it is getting that way because if you're lower on the card, then it's actually really bad to be an independent wrestler in Mexico City. But if you're upper mid-card or above, there's just so many shows that and everyone's always needing, some kind of top card. So on the independents of Mexico right now, like being outside of AAA, even like I was only an upper mid-carder, I wasn't really like a star, but I'm just so in demand because they need those guys, and so you just can raise your price, you can better travel, like you just have more control and power. And so, yeah, a lot of guys are actually leaving AAA because of that. The only thing is, though, and this is my worry, is I just left AAA, super hot, getting all these bookings.
Oh, you're super hot.
But, well, thank you. Thank you. But the longer you're off TV, I feel like, it might start to slow down. So that's my one fear, is being on the indies too long. It might, I don't know if that'll happen or
You got to get on one of those soap operas like Konnan did back in the day.
Yeah. Well, Marco Corleone did it. I don't know. Do you remember Mark Majindrak?
Mark Jindrak.
He was on a soap opera, and he had like the best character ever. He was just this big gringo in the prison, just shit-kicking guys. Like, it was badass. So, yeah, he's a big star down there. He's like got some mainstream appeal.
Is shit-kicking different than kicking the shit out of?
No, they're synonyms.
It's the same. Okay. Are you the only white independent like high name dude? Is there other guys down there?
Well, as soon as I convince Angelico to leave AAA, then there'll be two.
But other than that, like,
no,
you're a novelty, right?
You're pretty much. There's a couple guys in CMLL, but they're, I think, more mid-card. So, yeah, as like an upper-level guy, at least in Mexico, I think I'm the only one, like Gringo.
Who are the CMLL guys? Put you on the spot. You have no clue.
Oh, man, I just saw him in the I honestly don't remember
Red Boots,
the name.
purple knee pad guy. I can't remember.
Bert Thompson.
And clearly, Trump being so friendly to Mexicans has probably made you a real babyface in Mexico.
I actually thought that maybe that would, but like it just hasn't affected anything. But I have a weird fan base in Mexico. It's all kids and little, like a boy band following, and little girls and everything, and they don't really care. Like, like
Hey, tell me some examples of weird things that have happened because of your following. Well, you hear these stories about like girls who follow boy bands or whatever it might be, or even kids. So when you say I have a boy band type following, do you have like weird 13-year-old girls?
Do they cry when you come out and stuff?
No, like yeah, sometimes they'll actually like do the jump the rail and oh my god, like that and everything. But the weirdest ones are, and it happened once right in front of my wife, is like giving you a hug or anything, and then they'll hold your hand and they'll put a little piece of paper in it, and it'll be like a hotel room number, and I just instantly like, I do not know this lady, I'm so sorry, but yeah, it happened once in front of my wife, and she got spastic, like.
And then also my question is like, Mexico's known for like the bootleggiest stuff of all time. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely.
Have you seen some like what's the weirdest bootleg wrestling thing or anything? Does anything come to mind when I say that?
No, well, the funniest thing, and I swear to God it's true, not to gossip, but they always said that the WWE would buy their plastic belts and everything, the fake ones in Mexico, and then sell them at full price. And I think they might, because I actually did a comparison once, and they're the exact same. So I always thought it's not really good.
So you went to a WWE show, and you bought a belt.
No, this guy that used to drive Ted around everywhere, like a super fan, he would go to all the WWE shows and had like all their belts and everything, and then so we bought a fake one and then compared it, and we're like, oh my god, maybe it's true, they're the exact same.
And then is there weird Jack Evans merch? Because in my head, like Mexico's always known for these weird merch things.
No, what happens is you'll make a shirt and you sell it, but then instantly someone will buy it, copy it, but the copy doesn't always come out. So like when I was selling hats and everything, like all of a sudden you just start to get these weird logos and stuff, like
Jake Evans,
little anomalies in the shirt. Yeah, exactly like that.
Big Jake Evans fan here, yeah.
Awesome. Actually, the big one they do is I always get Jack Evans, and so it's
hey, don't get mad. Get Jack Evans.
You've just given me my new gimmick.
I smell a new Lucha Underground character.
That's next level. That's next level.
Where are you at on the internet, Jake?
My Twitter is Jack Evans 711, and my Facebook is Jack Evans. I don't actually know what the little thing is. Jack Evans on Facebook.
I mean, just looking at you, Jay from Jay and Silent Bob, sitting outside a 7-Eleven.
You know what the sad thing is? I actually did used to hang out outside of 7-Eleven.
Him and Teddy hanging out at 7-Eleven. I see another network show there.
Great. Jack Evans, ladies and gentlemen.
Yay!
Thank you, Jack. All right. No, don't hurt
Oh,
yourself.
God.
Oh,
This
he
guy.
knows how to do it. He knows how to do it. Unbelievable, guys. How do I end the show on the show? All right. That has been the show for this week. Big thank you to you guys here at Wrestlecon. Thank you to the podcast movement, which will be in Anaheim, California this August when I'm in Edinburgh, sadly. Please go out there. Let's give a round of applause for you guys. Let's give a round of applause for our guests. Let's name them off. We had D'Lo Brown.
Jeremy Borash.
Konnan.
And everyone else in LAX.
All of LAX. Blue Meanie. And, of course, Jack Evans. How about Marty DeRosa? Marty, where are you at on the internet?
At Marty DeRosa, and my podcast, Marty and Sarah Love Wrestling, is out every Thursday on iTunes.
Unbelievable. And then I'm going to hit it back to my studio in a second. And I'm going to give you guys some plugs and
Upcoming events.
All right, I'm back in the apartment. Got some stuff I want you to know. ColtMerch.com, DigitalColt.com, the best way that you can support. Twitter and Instagram at Colt Cabana, Facebook /AOW Podcast, also /Colt Cabana. My storytelling podcast, Pro Wrestling Fringe, plus past archives of the show. They are ad-free and they're on howl.fm/Colt. Use the code Colt, get a free month. ColtWrestling@gmail.com is my very public email. Maybe you're a promoter, want to put me on your upcoming show or convention. I got a YouTube channel. I got a regular website, ColtCabana.com. You can send me stuff to my P.O. Box, which is on the site. Let me thank some of my sponsors, HighSpots.com, COLT'S.com. They have an amazing POV service. Watch PWG, watch $5 Wrestling, watch some cool shoots. They also have AMA knee pads, gear, mask, wrestling ring, and more. OneHourTees.com. They help run ProWrestlingCrate.com. They help run ProWrestlingTees.com. That's the place where you can support your favorite independent wrestlers. And TweakedAudio.com/Colt, the earbuds that I use, get over 30% off and free shipping just because you listen to this show. I do have some upcoming events also. Friday, May 19th, Lakewood, Ohio, OldWrestling.com. That's old with an E. Saturday, May 20th, Rahway, New Jersey, WrestleProOnline.com. Thursday, May 25th, Berwyn, Illinois, AAWrestling.com. Friday and Saturday, May 26th and 27th, Cleveland, Ohio, AIWrestling.com. Friday, June 2nd, Seattle, Washington, Facebook/321Battle. And I'm also doing a seminar the night before if you're a trained wrestler and you want to brush up on some stuff. Saturday, June 3rd, Sunday, June 4th, Chicago and St. Louis area, ROHWrestling.com. I'll probably be doing commentary. Saturday, June 10th, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, IWCWrestling.com. Sunday, June 11th, Old Forge, PA, Powerbomb.tv. Australia, June 16th, 17th, 18th, 23rd, 24th, Brisbane, Sydney, Perth, Melbourne, and Adelaide. HouseOfHardcore.net. All right, let's send it back to those two handsome gentlemen over in Orlando.
Hey, Colt, those sound amazing.
Oh, man, I'm going to go to all of them. I'm going to every one of them.
You should go to all those shows.
Especially that second one. Oh, it's going to be crazy.
Right? Going to be crazy. Guys, this has been The Art of Wrestling. For Colt Cabana, I'm Colt Cabana. Thanks.